Hello and welcome to Second Place Chasers with me, Keith.
And me, Jack.
We've made it, Jack. We're past the first game week, which was absolutely average.
Well, I'm having a party.
What sort of party?
A Vardy party.
Good evening, Jack.
Good evening, Keith.
We're back in our usual evening spot with some cider.
It's how it should be.
That'll be much better.
And the mood lighting.
Mood
lighting.
We can see the mood lighting. No one, people listening can't see the mood lighting.
They can hear it.
Well, they can. They can imagine it now.
A slight electrical fizzle.
Well, you describe the mood lighting then.
It's not
It's a
harsh.
one lamp.
It's a
one
lamp, slightly orange.
Yes,
Slightly,
it's a warm.
Yeah, a warm.
It's
lamp.
a warm light.
It doesn't change the temperature of the room.
It does look the cider looks rather lovely with it, because I can see the light behind it.
You've got a front view of it.
Yeah,
I imagine it would look quite golden.
it is very golden.
Okay. We should maybe take a photo and use it for advertising purposes.
No,
All right, well, should we get on with the podcast then?
I think we probably should do that. Yeah. We've got past the tricky first game week.
Some better than others.
Well, it's always a bit. There's too many unknowns. I like after game week 1, then you can start fixing things if you have to.
Which, we probably do.
I'm not sure that I do.
No, your
Right
team looks
now.
a little more solid than mine.
We got a sense of who's playing well.
Yeah.
Game week 1.
It's
Who
tricky.
played well?
It's tricky to tell, though, because... it's game week 1.
Yeah.
But it was very different to previous seasons. A lot less goals.
Yes.
I mean,
You did predict a 6-1 for the Newcastle.
I didn't
game.
predict Shah to get sent off after
You
26
did predict
minutes.
Brereton Diaz to
Wind him up.
to do his best.
Now, VAR should have been in there. That should have...
No.
That wasn't a red card. That was a yellow each and get on with it.
No, it was. If you put your head towards someone, and I know they both did it,
Yeah.
but the way Brereton Diaz went down, yeah, he's getting sent off.
If Shah
all
had
day,
gone
every
down
day.
too, then they would have just both got away with it.
They would have looked pretty silly, though, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it was silly enough anyway.
Yeah.
One going down with that. If they both had gone down, that would have been brilliant, actually.
Would have been good to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the ref could have sent them both off.
Who impressed? Before we start talking about teams, who impressed you enough to go, ooh, I'd really like them in my team, or even a team?
Saka. I always wanted him in my team from the start anyway, but it was a call on Haaland or Saka, really.
Yeah,
That's that.
yeah. Saka looked good. I thought Alexander-Arnold looked really good.
Yeah, that's true. He
I
did.
think this could be a good season to have him.
Could be. I don't have him, though.
I thought Fernandes was unlucky. Bruno Fernandes was unlucky.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He plays for United. That's his own fault.
No, he could easily, and Eze was unlucky.
Oh,
He's probably the most unlucky of the lot.
That was so ridiculous. Why the ref didn't just let it go?
Yeah.
The ball was... I mean, he wasn't looking at the ball.
No.
He blew up far too early, and it's very unfortunate. I think they should have some sort of rule that VAR can bring it back after the whistle if it's so close that it doesn't affect play. I don't know.
What you mean, it's set pieces and stuff like that?
Yeah. I don't know. VAR's there to fix mistakes. That was a mistake.
Do you want to go through our teams, or
But
we're both slightly above average?
yeah,
Only just.
I made one more point than you.
Yeah.
That makes my whole week worth it. Is that I'm
Really,
a point
does it?
ahead of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You might. Well, What did Jimmy Vardy make your week as well?
Oh God, yeah. I had two Spurs players.
Yeah.
So I was conflicted. I was going, I want Spurs to score. If it's like 3-2 to Leicester, that'd be fine. But in the end, I'm happy Leicester got 1-1.
And were you happy that he's pointing at his sleeve, going
one trophy for us, none for you? Yeah. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, he is quite the wind-up merchant, isn't he?
Yeah, I saw a post online that said Jamie Vardy is what Neil Maupay wants to be. Vardy's just so good at it.
Yeah.
But Leicester, they didn't have a good first half.
No, they didn't.
They were really boxed in. It wasn't shocking.
No.
They were defending really well. 9 corners taken by Tottenham, and they kept everyone out. 2 seasons ago, that wouldn't have been the case. Second half, I think they won that second half. Fatawu was brilliant. And I had a lot of reservations about him coming into the Premier League.
Yeah.
But he was solid, and he got the 3 bonus too. But, yeah, that's about all I've got to say on Leicester.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Looking at the team?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You don't really need to go through everything, but yeah, do you have players that you're going, don't want him now, or are you not that worried?
Well, I'm not making any transfers this week, probably.
Right.
I'm just going to sit and sticking with my plan. I don't
Yeah.
want to react. I got it wrong. I thought this year we were going to see, like last year, it was going to be clean sheets, nowhere to be seen. I've got that wrong, so I've got all cheap defenders where you've got quite a lot of premium defenders.
Yeah. They all kept clean sheets and got bonus.
So I'd quite like a premium defender, but I'll stick this week. I was pretty unlucky. Like Robinson got to 87 minutes with a clean sheet.
Yeah.
And then they lost 1-0. And Kwanzaa came off at half-time, even though Liverpool kept a clean sheet. So I could have had 3 clean sheets along the back, but
Yeah.
wasn't to be. Apart from that, maybe Kulusevski I'd like to move out, though he looked pretty sharp. The plan is to move Haaland out around game week 5, and move Odegaard out too, so I can have Saka.
Are you thinking wild card then, or are you thinking I might have enough transfers to
I can do it. I'll definitely have 2, because I'll roll this week's.
Yeah.
I can't see me using 2 next week unless my team's in a worse state.
Well, then we get international break after next week.
Yeah, so I might have 3 by 3 or 4. We'll see.
Yeah, Solanke, he looked all right.
1 shot on target, 2 touches in the box, or shots in the box, something. Yeah,
He didn't get that much, but that's going to come.
it was better than Richarlison's header though. Ange's reaction summed that one up.
Yeah, and it's hard to judge Isak with them going down to 10 men.
Yeah.
So that's basically, I think, who got sacrificed for that? Murphy, didn't he? He came off right away. Jake Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was their best in pre-season too.
Which sort of means you don't get that. Well, not that they were sort of gifted that goal, weren't they?
Yeah, by McCarthy.
Yeah, he just passed it straight to Isak, who gave it to Joe Linton, and then it went. Which I think, fair enough.
Yeah.
With the way they played. Brighton looked good.
Brighton looked really good, and Everton looked terrible.
Well, that's...
Even before the sending off. I'd really seriously consider some Brighton players, like maybe Matoma, Minte, if he's
I think
fit.
it's only a knock, a head knock, so he came off, and he should be fine.
Yeah. Welbeck looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah. He's always been a good finisher.
Yeah. He's always an option every year. Just they've got a lot up front, Brighton, so you don't know who's going to start.
Who else are they? They're close to getting Rutter.
Oh, Rutter, yeah.
From Leeds.
Yeah, 40 mil.
Yeah. Will that dent João Pedro's minutes, or
I don't know.
is he more of a number, like an attacking mid?
He seems to slot in just behind the attacker.
But it's a fine start. Yeah, we did sort of say that they could have some bargain players.
Yeah. Yeah, that Weaver. He got an assist. He's only 5 mil. Worth looking at. Yeah, they're definitely someone I'm going to pay attention to over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I think Kwanzaa, if he comes out, it could be for Dunk. Because Dunk's starting.
Yes.
4.5.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, you're 1 point ahead of me.
Yeah. It's a lovely 1 point, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at my team and I don't really want to change. And Nkunku he came off in the, 57th minute?
Yeah.
Which is a little, I mean, it didn't look like they were going to.
No, they were.
anything,
He
so-
looked all right against
it's-
City, but
It's all right. I think Chelsea are signing another player this week, aren't they? Or
Joe Felix,
they're interested in him. And who else? Oh,
Osimhen,
no, I did see
Sancho.
Sancho. Yeah, I saw them linked
I've-
with Sancho.
yeah.
Gone. Okay, that's another one.
Yeah. Felix is a done deal. And
Right.
then there's links with Sancho and Osimhen, and it's like, well, when are they going to stop?
When they have everyone. Well, they don't want Sterling.
No, obviously not. Or Chilwell. Yeah.
So they are going to, I mean, they don't have long left before the close of the window, and they're going to have to.
They've got to get rid of Lukaku, Chilwell,
Gallagher, maybe.
Gallagher, Sterling, Kepa.
They've got 6 keepers.
8.
8 keepers.
8 on
okay.
their books.
Who has that?
Chelsea. I think probably they're waiting for defenders to get injured and they'll just put goalkeepers in front.
Are you going to get Reece James when he's back?
No, he's injured again.
Is he?
Yeah.
That good. I hope he stays injured.
So you don't get him.
Yes.
That was an interesting back row they played, actually, for Fafana and Colwell in the middle.
Yeah.
Gusto and Cucurella, kind of expect that, but I wasn't expecting.
I thought Lavia looked quite good.
Yeah, all I know is they just got spanked.
Well, they did get spanked.
I mean, I know possession was pretty
I did hear
equal, but
see people saying that Kovacic went past the 220 million spent to replace him.
yeah,
And scored.
yeah.
I thought the
Yeah, I
keeper-
like his I'm not celebrating. Put his hands
Yeah.
up and then turned around and started celebrating.
Of course. Yeah, so my team is it's all right. If Nkunku, I'm still hopeful that he can return something for me in the next few game weeks.
He looks sharp.
Yeah.
It's just the problem is the amount of minutes of how many players they've got. And obviously Maresca's not worried about rotating them, so
No.
bring them off early.
Thought Szoboszlai looked good. Liverpool looked good. Fernandes was unlucky,
Yeah.
I think. Smith Rowe needs more minutes.
He didn't look terrible though.
No.
And he almost scored off his back. And he's only a money saver really, isn't he?
No, I'd like him to get points.
Yeah, of course you'd like all your money savers to get points, but
Rodgers is probably more of a money saver than Smith Rowe.
I thought he looked really sharp.
He did look good.
Yeah. And he also played the whole game.
Yeah.
They rotated the other attackers around him, which says to me he's very nailed on.
Yeah. That's a good sign.
Watkins didn't look sharp.
No.
He could be dropped for Duran, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is Duran staying there? He
Looks
is now,
like
isn't
it,
he?
yeah.
The team we made together on the just in about 5 minutes in
Yeah.
the last one got quite a bit more than we got in our own team.
74, was it?
Yeah, 74 points, which is not too bad,
Well, you know what they say about two heads are better than one.
even if they are 2 idiots.
Well, one idiot and me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was having Saka and Salah
Yes,
and a couple of good defenders.
that's right. We didn't have Haaland, did we? No. Yeah, I don't think we need to do, even if there was a guest on here to do so I don't think we need to make a transfer on that team.
Are we not
Do
going
we?
to do a transfer every week just because we have
Oh,
to?
did we say that?
Well, I mentioned it, but we don't have to. I'd be looking at maybe Johnson, but then they've got Everton, so...
Yeah.
Nah, it looks all right.
Yeah.
I'd probably leave it this week.
And then when if we get a guest next week, they can
have one. We can
they
have
can
one.
make a change
Yeah.
if they want.
Better not get Lockie on. Otherwise
Well,
we're
you know
getting-
it'll be a
getting
Chelsea
a bloody
player.
Chelsea player.
Have we got Nkunku in that team
Yeah.
too? Yeah. But he'll be looking for.
They probably bring Jackson in.
Do we want to look? We'll look at our predictions for the
Oh yeah,
for the
I'm
for,
ahead.
for game week 1. Yes, I know that.
2 correct, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, 2
it was.
exact results, giving you 9 points.
D or 5.
I've got 5.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy.
We're
with
doing
that.
we're doing pretty well with the maths so far. We both agree on the
It'll go skewy next week.
yeah. once you've got to add points to other points.
That's usually where I go wrong.
All right. Well, let's look through the game week 2 fixtures and go. We'll get your thoughts.
I'm sure you want my thoughts.
Well, we'll get what you think the result's going to be.
Oh, okay.
Not your thoughts.
The clean thoughts, the football thoughts.
Yeah, we just need a result for the game. We don't need everything you're thinking. First game is Brighton at home to Manchester United.
I think Brighton were the ones that ended their unbeaten run at Old Trafford last season. So, Brighton like smashing United. I didn't know this week whether to go for big goals or more clean sheets, because we had 5 clean sheets last week. So
Yes.
yeah, but I've gone with a big score to start with, 3-2 to Brighton. I'm not sure United can manage 2 goals, but we'll see.
Bruno Fernandes can.
Maybe Xerxes again.
Maybe. I also have 3-2 to Brighton.
There we go.
Crystal Palace at home to West Ham. I thought Palace were a little unlucky against Brentford.
Yeah,
last
well,
week.
they should have had that Eze goal.
Yeah.
Mateta looked sharp. I don't think he should have started. He probably should have come on at 60.
I think that probably would have been what I would have done.
Because he would have had more impact on tired players than...
Yeah.
West Ham, I didn't think they looked great. I didn't think they looked terrible against Villa. And with a 2-1 home win for Palace.
Okay.
I can tell by the look on your face that you're going with a 2-1 home win.
It appears that you have got a lead in the predictions, and now you want to keep it.
I'm going to keep it for the end of the season.
Just by making your results the same as mine. I have also 2-1 to home win to Palace. This could be different.
Yeah.
Fulham at home to Leicester.
If Leicester hadn't have drawn with Spurs, my prediction could have been different. But I see no reason why they can't win this. And they'll want the points. Fulham will want the points too, though. But I don't know. Leicester looked really dominant. Fulham gave in the second half, I'll say.
Yeah.
First half they didn't. Where Fulham gave the ball away a lot in their first game. So I'm going to go 2-1 away win.
Here we go. Here's the Leicester boss that's going to get you undone for the whole season. I've gone a 2-0 home win. Leicester ain't getting a sniff in this one.
That's what Gary said as well.
Manchester City at home to Ipswich.
Ipswich weren't terrible.
Who looked good in the first half.
Yeah.
But then Liverpool came out the second half.
You'd think Delap would want to score against City. Mm-hmm. So he's ex-City player. I think Liverpool are stronger at the back than City. So I've given Ipswich a goal.
I have as well.
All right, so I've gone 3-1.
3-1. I've got a few more goals. I've got 5-1 for City.
Is Haaland getting a lot?
I don't know. He will be my captain this week. And if you have Haaland, I would say he should be your captain this week.
I'm so tempted to go with Salah.
Ah, well, you should go with Salah.
No, I'm going to go Haaland.
Southampton at home to Forest.
Forest looked all right. It looked better than Bournemouth in the game. Southampton, well, they looked all right, but they were a man up. So I've gone 1-1.
1-1 for me as well. Spurs at home to Everton.
Everton, we said, didn't look that great.
They didn't look great.
No. Ashley Young
and they didn't just not look great. They weren't great.
No. And they can't score. They're really, really, yeah. If I was Sean Dyche, I'd be putting Mopé on to wind Maddison up again. Right. That's what we did all season last season.
What would you tell him before you went on? Just don't even go near the ball. Don't kick the ball. Just follow him around all day. Yeah. Just wind him up.
Exactly.
Tell him his hair looks terrible.
He was winding him up about missing out on the Euros on Instagram. I mean, yeah. To be honest, his hair does look terrible, doesn't it? It's pretty awful.
He seems to have a very small head or something, Madison.
It might just be
long.
Yeah. It's kind of like a shaved mullet, isn't it?
A little bit.
Anyway, but off the hairdressing, on to results. 2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Who's scoring those?
I'm hoping Solanke and Kulusevski.
Okay. I've gone 3-1 Spurs. I've given Everton a goal, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's not going to be Calvert-Lewin, is it?
No, it'll be an own goal.
Probably Romero.
It'll be the highest score in the Euros own goal. Villa at home to Arsenal.
I think this is the trickiest one of the week to predict. I mean, Villa did Arsenal twice last season. Unai seems to love beating Arsenal.
Bidding.
Yeah. Of course, I've got these at first and second on the league table.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
So I've got a draw 2-2.
A 2-2 draw.
I'd be giving it to Arsenal if they were home, though.
I've gone a 2-0 win for Arsenal.
Copying my Arsenal score from last. See, I got the Villa and the Arsenal games right last week. So I figure that I have to get... If I get both of them right last week,
Yeah.
I must be able to get just one right this week.
That's some sort of logic. Bournemouth at home to Newcastle.
Bournemouth. They're not good at starting seasons. Or finishing seasons. Got a little patch in the middle where they look okay. But now they don't have Solanke, so I think they're screwed. 3-0 Newcastle.
3-0 Newcastle. Okay, I've gone 2-0 Newcastle. I also don't see Bournemouth scoring for some reason. Wolves at home to Chelsea.
This is a real unknown. Like, you can't really judge Wolves because they had Arsenal first up.
Yeah.
You can't really judge Chelsea because they had City, but you can judge Chelsea because they're also shit.
Because they're a basket case.
Yeah.
Still are.
Wolves did Chelsea 4-2 last season at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. But now Neto's on the other team.
Yeah. Do you think Ned is going to score against Wolves?
I think he probably will. But I've gone 2-2.
I've gone 2-1 away win.
Yeah, that was
I just think...
that was my initial thinking too.
I just think they'll have a bit too much for Wolves.
They got a bit too much for anybody, really.
Too much.
Too much for the team sheet.
Yeah, they do. It must be really crowded in that training ground.
Do you think they've even got room to push the ball around?
Probably not. It's probably like 5-a-side with us.
They've got
on a
3 teams.
Thursday. Yeah. Liverpool at home to Brentford, the final game of the game week.
Liverpool looked really solid. Brentford didn't look terrible.
Brentford they didn't look great at the back.
No.
And it wasn't when they were being attacked, it was when they were trying to play out from the back. They made a few errors.
I think even with Mbermo, I haven't given Brentford a goal. I've just gone simple 2-0.
2-0 to Liverpool. I've gone 3-1 to Liverpool. I don't need the Alexander-Arnold clean sheet because he's going to get a goal and assist.
Oh, okay. And he's going to go off injured at 59 minutes, so he misses out on the clean sheet anyway.
All right, that's our for game week 2. Mini leagues.
Yes, we do have some.
Yeah. Should we even look at it now? It's not. You shouldn't really look at it after game week 1, should you?
I definitely think we should look at it. Not just because I'm 5 places ahead of you.
Oh yeah,
I am. But
is that because there's 5 people all 1 point ahead of me?
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah,
might be it. Yeah. You should be really embarrassed. I mean, me, Gary, Lockie, all ahead of you. Surrey. Who else is there?
Syria played his triple captain.
It's on Jota, though.
On Jota.
I mean, all those people, but really you should be mostly embarrassed because Emmy's number 1. And like 40 odd points ahead of you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Almost 40 points ahead. And at the moment her live rank is 9,600 and something in the world.
That's really good going after 1 game week.
It's all downhill from here.
Are you jealous?
I would like that start, yeah.
Yeah.
But like game week 1, you don't pay any attention to it.
Don't you? I think we should. I'm going to.
I'm just trying to convince someone.
You can keep trying, but you're not convincing me.
Oh, that's a great start. That is a great start.
Yeah. And did you have a hand in that?
Only as far as it was late. I said, "Have you entered all? You haven't entered all the leagues yet?" And she went, "No, I haven't. I'm too tired to do it." She gave me her sign in, and I went on there and said, "You've only done an auto pick." So I basically went through and said, "Okay, do you want Haaland, Salah, or both, or one?" She just went Salah. So that's how she chose her team. And I said, "Do you want Salah?" Yes. So I gave her options, and she just went yes, 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 yes. I did fill in some of the lesser, like Mikalenko was. Yeah, I just put him in there for cheapiness.
Yeah. But see,
But, yeah, so that was there you go. Proof that you don't spend too much time
No.
picking a team, because she did that just with me going him or him. We chose our team, the second place Chasers team last week in about pretty similar way,
yeah, for 10 minutes at the most.
and that's got 20 more points than I do.
And I did my first team. I did when the game opened.
Yeah.
I didn't do an auto pick. I would sit down and go through it. I entered that as a separate team as well, and that got 20 more points than me. So it says to me that probably spending a month and a half fiddling with the team is not a good idea, and I should just do it on the last day.
That is, because quite often there's information that you find out closer to the deadline. You go, oh well, that's oh no, he's injured, oh he's going to play. Yeah,
if I'd done it last day, I'd not have Ireland, because I would have stuck with my original plan.
Yeah,
but I overthought it.
Too much thinking. It's not good for anyone.
No, that's why I have cider. Stops you thinking.
Do you want me to tell you a quick story about the championship?
Oh yeah, I don't really look at that anymore. Well, I do a little bit, but
yeah, to see where you're going back
care.
to. When's your points deduction coming? There's no word
it's
of
not. It's not. We're taking them to court. We're going to keep them in court like Man City, and then next year there's the amnesty or something.
There'll be no amnesty.
There's a change of rules. They have to have an amnesty.
No.
Yeah.
You still need to be punished for when you broke the rules.
But we won remember, we won the Premier League that time, and that was awesome.
Well, that is true.
Yeah. I'm just dropping that in there to, we won an FA Cup and a Community Shield too, and Jamie Vardy's awesome too.
Okay.
But we're just not getting a points deduction on the fact that Jamie Vardy's awesome.
What happened to the championship thingy? It just went straight to Leicester.
Yeah, well.
Went straight to your Leicester promo.
You brought it up. You said points deduction.
Yeah, that's true. Sheffield United do have they got a 2 points deduction when they came down. So
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So they should have 4 points, but no, they've got 2.
Did they drew a QPR, didn't they?
Yes.
2-2.
That was they were 2-0 up after about 13 minutes. We had a man sent off, but
back to classic QPR then.
I think it was it 2 for dissent? Like within like 90 seconds of each other.
Right.
2 yellow cards for dissent. But that was late on. I think it was 2-1 at that point, and then Lyndon Dykes came on and does what he doesn't usually do and scored.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So 2-2 away from home. We'll take that.
Even Plymouth managed to draw that weekend. So
we actually play Plymouth this weekend. We're at home to Plymouth.
Well, there you go. I mean, I don't know what to think of that, actually.
No, I don't. Look, we're down there with teams like Norwich and Leeds, and Luton are only a little bit up.
What is happening to Leeds, though?
Nah, they did this last season, and then they were
picked
rubbish
up
for the first half, and then they're just incredible for the next.
First ever team get 90 points and not get promoted.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Burnley who's smashing it.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
2 games in.
4-0 and a 5-0. I saw someone said Burnley need a league between the Premier League and the Championship.
Norwich would have been there years ago, wouldn't they?
Yeah, those up and down teams. Fulham as well. They were pretty up and down for a few seasons.
That's about it for Championship at the moment.
Yeah.
We're not in the relegation zone
yet.
But if we lose the next one, we could well be there. I think that's it.
Is it?
That seemed to go very quickly.
What time is it?
What have we missed?
We've done the leagues. What we're doing this week, we kind of covered that when we're...
Yeah. I guess that was it. But we did that when we looked over our teams.
Head-to-head?
Oh, the head-to-head. I didn't look at the head-to-head because I know I got beaten because Gary had Pedro Porro. I was 1 point ahead of him. He had Pedro Porro. So I got beaten by Gary Quattromini. Emmy won, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she had. I think she had Damien Roberts, who got like 70 odd, and she still won.
Yeah,
I beat Jack Cooper.
Yeah, Syria would have won.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
No, we've just done that league without even.
without even looking at it.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Haley beat Troy.
That is, yes, that's right.
That's worth mentioning.
It is. It is. At least for Haley.
Yeah. I thought we'd get more out of that one than we have.
Did you play you played the FPL challenge, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Challenge. Yeah, I didn't do too well. I had Son. I had Son captain.
Right, yeah, that's not...
No. I did have Salah. I had Raya. I had White.
I think Lockie's top of that league.
Yeah, yes.
I'm second in it. And this week is another five-a-side challenge in it, and it's all out attack. So goals count double. So you've got to have one goalkeeper and 4 forwards. And if you're thinking, I'll get Haaland, your budget is 35 million. So if you get Haaland, that leaves you 20 million for four players, goalkeeper and 3 forwards.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
No. So there'll be a few differential squads there.
It'll be Isak, Solanke, Havertz.
Vardy.
5.5
gives you money for some of the more premium ones.
Yeah, but away to
Fulham.
Fulham. He's not scoring against Fulham.
He's going to have another Red Bull at half time, come out, score a goal 10 minutes later. And then he's going to tell Fulham how many league titles they got.
You do that.
Yeah, I might.
You should captain him.
I might.
Okay, well, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Short and sweet, or short and bitter. I don't know.
It's something. It's short.
Yeah.
Save you time editing.
It will. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Kate.